So what happened to your house? Because you had a 30,000 square foot house.
Yeah, that me and my dad built. We built that house ourselves, brick by brick. That house was sold to a guy named John, who came in and bought the house. And I moved to South Carolina, back to South Carolina for a little while. And now it's been resold. I don't go back that way.
Well, why didn't you just, once you started reaching the problems of trying to rent something, why not just buy a condo or buy a house or something like that at that point?
You can't, Vlad. Homeowners Association, HOA, they were worse than renting. I go over there and want to buy something, and the first thing they say is, we don't want him here. Hell, they wouldn't give Tim Tebow a place, right? I ended up getting a place in that building, Tim Tebow didn't. And Tim Tebow just loves Jesus, right? And I couldn't get a place, and I'm a convicted felon. So the Homeowners Association, even now, where I live in Florida, I had to go between the HOA and beg for mercy 18 years later, right?
Yeah.
And it's nothing about a DWI. It's about what happened 18 years ago. So look, when I speak to people, my number one message for them is the consequences, right? It's the ripple effect. It's just not, you might be bad, you might be tougher than I think. You might be able to go to prison and survive. Yeah, but can your parents do it? Can your girlfriend do it? Can your wife do it? Can your kids handle it? Right? When you get out, can you get a job? Can you get a place to live? It ain't just about prison, right? So when people come out, I'm not asking you to have any compassion for me. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking. I know what I've done. I know I messed up. I know it. Trust me. I'm sorry. But for other people that are going through it, if you see that person, help. Let me just tell you this. My dad used to tell me this story. He used to say that a guy was in a hole and he couldn't get up. He looked at a priest that walked by and said, "Father, can you help me out?" And the father say seven Hail Marys. And he kept walking, and he saw a doctor. And he said, "Doc, can you help me out?" And the doctor threw him down a prescription. He's still in the hole. And he saw his best friend. And he said, "Best friend, can you help me out?" And the best friend jumped down in the hole with him. And he was like, "Well, why'd you jump down in this hole? Now we both stuck." He says, "Because I've been here before, and I know a way out." Right? So that's what you need. You need a good support system that help you. Do you feel like a man if you came out of prison and you had money and resources and stuff to go on and you couldn't find a place to live and you had to move in with your sister? Then you're a burden, right? And we look at each other like if you're a convicted felon, like that's what defines you for the rest of your life. I'm forever helping people like that. Hey man, I might know a place, I might can help you, I might can get you into some place, and that's a lot of my work. I don't go on TV and say, "This is my work, this is what I'm doing." It's what happens.
Well, I guess you're involved in a rehab facility?
Yes. It's
Can you
called
talk about
Futures.
that?
Yeah, Futures Recovery Healthcare. We have 10 acres down in Florida. We have everything from detox to outpatient. It's a beautiful facility. We got 13 therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists. We got 24-hour nursing. We got doctors on staff. But what makes us different, we have 3 different programs. One for core, which is just everybody coming in. And then we have one for people that don't want to be seen, high profile people. And then we have another one called Rebound, where I spend a lot of my time. I spend a lot of my time at all 3 of them. And we teach through a 12-step program with the same stuff, the same classes in the groups, but we go out every day for 3 or 4 hours and we do skydiving, scuba diving, snorkeling, wave running, paddleboarding, basketball, golf, museums, butterfly world, monkey jungle. We do things to break up the monotony, build self-esteem, break down barriers, overcome anxiety. Because if I'm throwing you out of an airplane at 13,000 feet, the skydiving, I'm going to see something different than me and you sitting across from each other in this interview, right? And our therapists are there with us, so they get to see when you're scared, because depression comes from not knowing, and not knowing is what brings on fear and anxiety, and I'm so proud to be a part of Futures, and that's what keeps me going. I've been in this for 4 years, and I'm safe there. When I leave your show, I go back there. And I'm safe because I'm around people who don't judge. Because if we got time to judge, we don't have time to love. And we might be cracked, but we not broken. And we just work in our own code. We And when you leave our program at Futures, Vlad, I talk to you every single day. We got a video messaging app, and I get a chance to see if you got on sunglasses and it's raining. I said, something's wrong, and it's not a phone call. We get a chance to stay in contact, and that's where my life is. If your name doesn't say Futures, recovery healthcare behind it when the phone rings, rebound, I'm most likely not gonna pick it up, even for my own family. That's my life now. That's where I'm at. Through the grace of God, I've been able to help people beat addiction, and through the grace of God, we at Futures are very good at that. And after this interview, this is therapy, right? This is therapy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that you brought up to me, I didn't remember. I remember all the stuff of February 14th. Thanks for bringing that up and bringing that out. It's not like I don't think about it every time, Vlad. When I leave here, I get in this car, doing this interview, it's nothing that I'm proud of. It's not you, Vlad, any of these interviews. My kids don't like it. They don't like it when they got to go to school and I got to rehash stuff. But this is what I do to release the stigma, right? If you have cancer, you get treatment. If you get chemo if you have cancer, and if you have an addiction, you get treatment. And I'm trying to release the stigma of it. I know I've messed up in a lot of things. I'm just trying to do the right thing, and I'm not doing it to make you happy or the world happy. I'm doing it so I can put my own oxygen mask on now, so I can help others and to get my family back and get me back to where I need to be. And I've been doing this for 4 years, and I'm passionate about helping people get better, and we're damn good at it. And look, you don't have to come to our place, call 855, right? I'll give you the 502 HOPE. Call Rebounds Recovery Healthcare. And I'll tell you, if you say, hey man, you know what? I'm a Knick fan. I never did like you. I'll say, man, let me help you get to another place. But go get it, because life is so much better. It is. It's just so much better when you're living on the straight and narrow.